Hey guys, how's it going? It's Molly. I'm here today to chat about some new makeup releases. I typically upload these videos every 2 weeks, and you know, there's quite a few things that have released over the past couple of weeks or have been announced. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in. But before I do, I don't mention this in every video because I feel like that might be a little bit redundant, but I focus on cruelty-free beauty. So those are the brands that I'm going to be talking about. I won't be talking about MAC or Dior or any of those brands that do still test on animals because they're stuck in the dark ages. But I am going to talk about some cruelty-free stuff. So if you're interested in my thoughts on some of these new releases, so if you're interested in my thoughts on some of these new releases, just keep on watching. All right, I'm going to scooch over so that I can put screenshots right here. All right, I'm going to try, sorry, I have things next to me. I'm going to try to clump brands together. It's a little bit ridiculous that in 2 weeks' time, several brands have like multiple releases. Please stop. But I get it. Brands have to do this. It finally dawned on me today that brands have to do this. They have to do these frequent releases in order to stay relevant. And they wouldn't do it if it didn't work. So let's start with Colourpop because they are the queens and kings of the frequent releases. Okay. Let me just, I gotta scroll, make sure I have all of my Colourpop things. All right, here we go. Here is this one. This is the, sorry, my cat is going absolutely bonkers. You're just gonna have to deal with it. There's gonna be background noise. There is in all of my videos, but maybe a little bit excessively this time. There he goes. Come here, bananas. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Like, what on earth are they needing when they're doing this? When they just like run all over the place and then they stop and they make that like deep, I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. Let's talk about this. This is a Colourpop release. The next several are gonna be Colourpop releases, okay? Okay. This is the new Play It Jewel Makeup Palette. So this is, we got 6 times 5. We got 30 pans. Mostly neutrals with a few jewel tones. How many jewel tones do we have in this Play It Jewel palette? We've got a green, a matte green, a sparkling blue, and a sparkling purple. We have four jewel tones. Yeah, four of 30. That's a jewel tone palette, right? Good job, Colourpop. You really made it work. Okay, hold it. Sorry, they've got a range of rich teals and blues. A range. They got 3. Flashes of fuchsia. I mean, I see like fuchsia. There's hints of amethyst. I would agree that is a hint of amethyst. We've got a amethyst, maybe 2. No, that's 1. Glimmers of citrine and copper. Okay, yeah. Yes. All right. Our 4 just increased slightly. Forgot that golds and whatever coppers are jewel tones, technically. And then we've got a pop of rose gold. I think that this is pretty for what it is. I'm sure the quality is wonderful. Colourpop usually does good things, not always. That tie-dye collection was a joke. But this is just, no, I don't want it. I don't want this. Looking at the palette itself, I mean, we've got a lot of neutrals, which is great. Like if you have a very minimal makeup collection and you want, and you love neutrals, but you want a few pops of color and you like legitimately don't already have these shades, this is a great option. This would have been fantastic for me like 5 years ago. But me now, me with the makeup collection that I have, and you with the makeup collection that you have, if you're watching makeup videos, you probably don't need this. You probably don't. So anyways, I'm skipping over it. The palette is $34. They're also coming out with a new eyeshadow primer. I don't care. Okay, next. Let's keep with the Colourpop Colourpop is collaborating with the NBA. For all of you die-hard makeup fans that also are die-hard NBA fans, here you go. It's everything you've ever wanted. Me personally, I don't care. I don't think I've watched a basketball game since like the mid-90s when the Bulls were really on fire. But, so anyways, we've got, it appears there are 6 different palettes. We got a Mavericks, Lakers, Boston Celtics? I don't know how to pronounce it. Something else. Oh, that's the Warriors, the Bulls, and the Miami Heat, which I feel like could have been a little bit more heaty, hot, spicy. Anyway, I think this is kind of fun, but I don't care, so I'm not gonna buy it. I will say the Boston Celtics one, it's essentially the Tinkerbell palette. Couple of shades are different, but overall, it's the Tinkerbell palette. And I personally find it really, really obnoxious when brands dupe themselves. And they've done that here. Now also, the one for the Warriors, the one that is like yellows and blues, that's essentially limoncello, just slightly different. Limoncello, I think, only has like one blue, but if you were wanting limoncello, but you didn't want that large of a palette, even though it's not that big, here's a 9-pan that could work for you. I just don't see this as being all that exciting. So I'm gonna skip over these. It's cool. Oh, there are other things. So it looks like some of them, like they're these mini collections for each team. Some of them have Glitterly Obsessed and cream gel liners. Just kidding, all of them have Glitterly Obsessed and cream gel liners. I don't care for the glitter. I am 36. No shade if you're in your mid to late 30s and you're still wearing glitter like on your face. I don't know, maybe those are for your eye. I personally get a little worried about putting like chunky glitter on my eyes. Anyway, doesn't matter, but I don't use those. And I think that, sorry, somebody's like, this is cute. I'm like, no, it's, I don't know. Maybe it is. Anyway, I personally, I don't use the Glitterly Obsessed, and the cream gel liners I think are really great. But are these new? Are they new colors? I mean, maybe they are, but I don't need them, you guys. So I'm going to pass on that baby. All right. I know that we have more Colourpop. This one almost got me. This is the Orchid Collection. I wasn't interested in this. And then Jen Phelps did her like Sunday haul video and she talked about this. And then suddenly I was interested. Like, this looks beautiful. But I know that I have these shades. It is really, really pretty. But I'm speaking specifically about the eyeshadow palette. So you get a 9-pan palette. It looks like they finally have ditched the mandatory pressed glitter in all of their palettes. Like, thank you, Colourpop. You heard us. Anyway, so there's a 9-pan palette, which the name is Orchid You Not, which I think is so cute. There are 3 color sticks. I think, are those the eyeshadow color sticks? I feel like I obviously not that interested in that. There's some lippy sticks. The lippy sticks actually look really, really beautiful, and I'm tempted to pick those up. And then we've got 2 pressed powder blushes. I can take it or leave it. And then a Soul Shimmering body powder, which I am going to not get. So of these, I am definitely interested in the palette, but I'm not going to allow myself to purchase it, at least not at this point in time. Maybe in the future at some point, but I'm honestly very, very, very tempted to purchase the lippy sticks. So I could see that being a thing. Okay, and then the final Colourpop thing is this sneak peek at their holiday releases. It looks like they're going to be launching at Ulta. We for sure have 4 palettes and Fresh Kiss stuff. I wish I could remember what that's called. Anyway, anywhoosies. I think these are great, but not something that I need to purchase. I did just recently purchase quite a few Colourpop 9 pans. They had this sale going on, and it was like a set of 6 of them for like $17 or something like that. So yeah, I went ahead and picked that up. So I am kind of like stuffed to the gills with Colourpop right now, and I don't need any more. But if you've been curious about the brand and haven't tried it, maybe these would be a good option. Although, do they have pressed glitters? I don't know. Okay, let's move on to this. Now, Morphe is not cruelty-free, but I'm going to talk about this anyways because I just can't help myself. They used to be cruelty-free, and now they're not cruelty. They're in the gray area, I should say. So I'm not purchasing from Morphe right now until like they clarify some things. Anyway, Jaclyn Hill is collaborating with Morphe for this new eyeshadow palette. This is the Divine Neutrals palette, which launched. Okay, it's already launched September 30th. I'm sure everyone and their mother has talked about this already, but I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 cents. Why? I don't understand. She has a brand. So why wouldn't she just release it with her own brand? Help me understand. Make it make sense. This makes no sense. That being said, it looks beautiful, but it's also Morphe, and their quality is very hit or miss. Very hit or miss. So I don't understand why she is releasing an eyeshadow palette with a different brand other than her own. I don't get it, but maybe it's not for me to understand. Anyways, that's that. If you're curious, go get it. Tell us what you think. We have more eyeshadow palettes. Glam Light, holy macaroni and cheese. Glam Light is just released these 4 palettes. This is part of their happy hour collection. Oh, I want them. I want 2 of them. I want the green one and I want the chocolate one, but I did not purchase them. They just texted me yesterday and said it's almost sold out. Is it limited edition? Maybe I'll get it on a restock. I don't know. You can get bundles of them. I certainly don't need to do that. And it looks like there's other things, like maybe some highlights, some lippies. Oh, but here's what we got. We've got a dirty martini, which is the green one. We've got a chocolate martini, which is the brown one, the neutrals. We've got wine, just wine, no martini. And then the margarita palette, which is kind of like a fun party sort of palette. Like I said, I'm definitely drawn to the greens and the greens and the browns. The purples are really pretty, but I don't need that. I have purple palettes. I don't need more purple palettes. I'm done with the purple palettes for now. I don't know how much just a palette is. I'm assuming the palettes each are $35. It says that they all come in their own custom acrylic PR bottle case. It seems a little excessive, but kind of fun. I mean, whatever. I'm not gonna knock it. But anyway, so we've got a couple of highlighters, some lippies. The palettes, though, are what are really stealing the show, and I am definitely interested in a couple of them. But I've been going a little bit ham with eyeshadow palette purchases lately, and I'm feeling like maybe it's time to whoa it up a little bit. Also, I'm being just a little bit more like cautious with how I'm spending my money right now because I know that Black Friday is coming up, and every year, here's what happens. I just spend my budget, and then Black Friday's here, and I'm like, oh, I didn't plan well. Or like I'll purchase things that are probably going to go on sale for Black Friday leading up to Black Friday. And then I'm like, well, why'd I do that? So anyways, I'm going gonna see. I'm gonna see if it goes on sale for Black Friday. Who knows? All right, now also, as I mentioned with my excessive eyeshadow palette purchases lately, it's made me kind of stop and think, well, maybe I should just set some limits for myself with, I might need to cap my eyeshadow palette purchases here soon. And so I'm wanting to focus more on complexion products. Now, whether or not this is going to happen or not, I do not know. I cannot read the future, but I am a little bit, my focus is starting to shift a little bit back into complexion, and I think I might just have like eyeshadow palette fatigue, you know? So anyways, let's talk about this in light of that. This is Tower 28. They're coming out with a tinted sunscreen foundation, which I think is interesting. It's SPF 30. I appreciate that. Although I will say I appreciate it more when brands don't put sunscreen in their foundation, because it limits the scope of like how you can use it. Here's the thing. With sunscreen, like, you're not going to apply enough foundation for the sunscreen to be as active as you maybe think. So it's still a good idea to apply an actual sunscreen. Says the woman who rarely applies face sunscreen except for what's in my like facial moisturizer, but that seems to work just fine. Anyway, I just, this is maybe not what I'm super interested in. It's available in 15 shades, and it says that it evens redness, protects from sun damage and blue light, and soothes UV stressed skin while maintaining a natural finish, so your real skin, freckles included, can have its moment in the sun. It is fragrance-free, alcohol-free, non-greasy, non-white cast. Okay. I'm intrigued. That doesn't mean that it won't have flashback though. And it's non-oxidizing for every sunny day. It also has the National Eczema Association seal of acceptance. I think the shade range is decent. Like, it ranges, when we're talking shade range, we're talking like how wide the range is. And this seems to go from pretty fair to dark. So there's not a ton of shades in between. Let's see, I'm seeing 4 for light skin, 4 for medium skin, 4 for deep skin, and 2 for like ultra deep. So in theory, this seems like it's a pretty comprehensive shade range. I don't know. I'm interested. I'm not going to say yes, and I'm not going to say no, but it launches today. Maybe I should grab it. How much? $30. Maybe. It's on my radar. Okay. Next, Makeup by Mario is coming out with these bullet lipsticks, and I'm into it. These are the Ultra Suede Lip Collection. It launched on October 1st. So this is old news, whatever. I'm pretty much always here for a traditional bullet lipstick. I love them. I love them so much more than a liquid lip. But yeah, so this isn't a new release at this point. It is definitely new since I uploaded one of these videos last. I could absolutely see myself purchasing one of these for the upcoming Sephora sale, which I can't remember when the dates are, but yeah, I've been wanting to try Makeup by Mario, and I'm very, very curious about this now. Lunar Beauty. Oh, this is the Moonspell Volume 2 collection. Here's the thing. I did not know that their Moonspell palette was limited edition. I had the opportunity to buy it, but I was like, I'll get it next time. It'll be fine. There's no next time. It's gone. It is gone. Same with the Natasha Denona Gold palette. Oh, it's gone. So what is it? It's $48, 20 shades. I think it's pretty, but it isn't the original. And it isn't necessarily a color story that I personally want, so I'm going to skip it. I will say, though, that the Lunar Beauty eyeshadow formula is top-notch. One of the best. one of my favorites. It is very, 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 very good. Their mattes blend out beautifully. Their shimmers can be built up to like this really gorgeous opacity. Like, oh, you can foil them. Oh, it's so pretty. Now, there's also some lippies, so let's talk about that. Yeah, it's the Moonspell Volume 2 Lip Trio for $42. It comes with a liquid lipstick, a lip gloss, and another lip gloss. So 2 lip glosses and a liquid lipstick. I'm kind of curious about that mauve gloss. I think that looks really pretty, but I don't necessarily need this, so I'm gonna skip it. Oh, but part of me wants to get it just because I love the formula so much. Up next, we've got this Urban Decay collection. This is with Marvel Studios. It's the Eternals collection. We've got a 15 pan eyeshadow palette, a couple of highlighters, some eyeliners. What are those tubey things? It doesn't say what's in the tubes, so I don't know what that is. Anyway, I don't want any of this. I think the palette is like, it could have been something, but it's a swing and a miss. There's too many light tones, I guess. I don't know, maybe this would be really good if well, first of all, if you're like a diehard Marvel fan, but also if you like the color story, like if you're really into neutrals and you just want a couple pops of color, but you don't want something as big as a 30 pan Colourpop palette, maybe this is a good option. I don't need it though, so I'm gonna pass. Am I buying anything? Maybe this is my wallet may be real happy after this week. All right, let's talk about Too Faced. So we've got some holiday stuff. Here, of all of these things, I'm most interested in, is it a hot cocoa bronzer? I think I don't know. There's a bronzer that I'm curious about, like real curious about it. It looks like it's maybe illuminating and I'm into that. We've got a face palette, we've got some eye palettes. And here's the thing, this is just the tip of the iceberg, most likely, I'm predicting. Too Faced typically does a lot for the holidays. Holy macaroni, what did I do? I did something to my hand and now it hurts real bad. Like I just moved it. Getting old is cool. Anyway, they typically will release just a god-awful amount of stuff for the holidays with subpar or questionable quality. So I typically don't fall for any of it. But this bronzer is a little bit intriguing. I'm curious about it. And I mean, how badly can they really mess up a bronzer? But it looks like you can get the bronzer by itself or you can get it paired with a lip gloss. Okay, and then there's also this. This is Christmas Coffee. Did I already talk about this? I feel like maybe I did. There's 2 that have released. Oh no, it was a fruitcake one. This is really pretty. And there's a part of me that wants it. $27. It's in the tin packaging, which I think is great. And I'm not going to say no. I may have a weak moment and it may come home with me. Okay, next, let's talk about BH Cosmetics. They're duping themselves. Is this Colourpop? Are we? All right, so anyways, let me just say what it is. It's the Poison Shot collection. I know that this is on Ulta. I just recently saw it on their website. I think that this, 2 years ago, would have been a banging collection. But now I feel like monochromatic palettes have maybe had their moment. Are any of us really interested? Maybe. I mean, nearly 400 people have liked this post. This is on Makeup Releases Radar. I will say though that it seems like BH they're maybe duping themselves just a little bit. They've already done monochromatic palettes with their ice cream collection. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of fun. I don't hate it. I just don't really like it. But, you know, maybe you do. And the price is great. And BH's formula is phenomenal, generally speaking. Like, it's very, very good. So part of me does want to get these. Crap! Now I'm torn because I like BH. I really do. I love their eyeshadow palettes. But, so here, we've got six palettes. They are $15 a piece, which is maybe a little bit high. I'm not saying no, I'm just saying not right now. I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna see. This is the Beauty Bay Opulence palette, Age of Opulence palette, $20. It's available now. I just ordered it yesterday. I think this looks beautiful. And I am really curious about the quality. I will say the shimmers that, I only have one Beauty Bay palette. It's the Nikki Tutorials one. And the shimmers are really, really good. That's what make the palette. But the mattes just, they blend away. It's crazy. I've never experienced anything like it. You cannot build them up. I mean, you kind of can, but it takes a monumental effort. So I am really curious about the quality of this. And while I was at it, I went ahead and purchased that other one that they released a couple months ago that everybody lost their minds over. I can't remember the name of it though. So anyways, this will be coming at some point. I can't remember how fast their shipping is. I feel like it's relatively quick. Let's talk about this. I don't know if these are new, but I want them. This is Copacetic Cosmetics. This is their Autumn Dawning eyeshadow singles. Yes, please. Yes, please. I want these so bad, especially the shade Sam Hain. Oh my God. Shut up. That one is just so beautiful. Sam Hain, Sorrel, and Kiona. Those three, I want them. And I'm probably going to get them. Copacetic is a brand that I want to purchase more from. And here we are. I want them. So anyways, I wanted to mention those because I think they are absolutely beautiful. All right. Keiko Milano is releasing these 9-pan palettes. They're releasing 6 of them. They're kind of monochromatic, but not, which I appreciate. I like a good 9-pan. I've wanted to try Keiko Milano. If I wasn't so oversaturated with eyeshadow palettes, I think I would probably pick this up. Specifically the one that has the green. Like that looks really pretty. And then the one right next to it, like those warm tones. Hello, fall. Yes, please. Ooh, and the mauves. Okay. I'm really curious. It looks, so it says it's a multi-finish palette collection. It looks like maybe there's some pressed glitters, which makes me want to not. Like if these have pressed glitters, it's a for sure no. I just don't know. This is on Makeup Releases Radar, and while they show a ton of releases, they don't really give that many details. But, so I don't know. But yeah, I think color story wise, these are really great. I'm very curious about them. I've got my eye on those. Lovelux Beauty has some new pressed pigments. Some of them look absolutely beautiful. I've never tried anything from Lovelux Beauty, and I'm a little bit curious. I don't know. I'm not saying no. I just need. I could see this being a brand that I would want to explore at some point in the future. But right now is maybe not the time. I think I've got so many other things that I'm wanting to try from other brands. But I am thinking that this could be something down the road. Okay, Natasha Denona. We're going to talk about these Natasha Denona releases. So this is the mini Metropolis palette. Great. So it's a kit, which I think is interesting. I feel like she doesn't usually do that. And what makes it a kit is she threw a brush in, which that's cool. But I personally don't want this. It looks like there's 2 new shades. 3 of the 5 are existing shades. Not that it matters because I don't have the Metropolis palette. But The two new shades are the dark cedar brown and the rusty medium brown. Which one is the rusty medium brown? So I'm guessing the two mattes on like the brown and the beige? No, that beige matte. Okay, all right. Cedar dark brown and rusty medium brown. I'm not seeing a rusty medium brown, but it must be that yellowy shade. I don't know. I would almost rather just get the Metropolis palette, but I don't need it. I don't need any of these shades. I have these shades. I have these shades several times over. So I'm going to go ahead and pass, even though I think it's beautiful. It's great. It is what it is, but it just isn't something that I personally need. And I say that now, but you just wait. Maybe it'll end up in my cart at some point. Okay, and then we've got this baby Glam. So it says it features 3 essential existing eyeshadows in mini size pans. It's packaged in an ornament. Does that do it for you? It doesn't do it for me. I have the Glam palette. I do not need this. I think it's a great, I like smaller, more like curated. I like smaller, more curated color stories. I think that's great. But it's not new. It's old. It's just repackaged and condensed. So, I mean, if you were wanting the Glam palette, but you're like, oh, no, that's a big palette, even though it's not, then maybe this is great for you. It's $19 also. I just, I don't need it. I'm not going to buy it. Okay, you guys, that is everything that I have time for today. I need to get back to my day. So I'm going to leave it there. If you guys enjoyed today's video, I hope that you'll give me a thumbs up, subscribe before you go, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.